I really would have loved to Rashid, I really would love an overview of or a brief of RxAcademy, so I'll be able to capture everyone in the audience. Is that fine?
Okay, what exactly do you actually need?
The brief of the audience that is on board this afternoon.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So we have different clients that is attending this webinar session. We have a B2B client and we have some that are B2C clients. Most of these clients are pharmacy owners, and some are also patients. We have doctors, we have pharmacists, and we have a business owner that actually did with pharmaceutical products here on the call. So those are the targets, those are the participants for these webinar sessions.
Okay. Thank you once again. So I will go into the presentation of this morning. We'll be talking about insurance as a tool for pharmacy business. I have our outline here. I'm going to talk about who we are as a company, what our services are, and the partnership we hope to have or continue with RxAcademy. Then I will speak a bit about insurance as a tool, what the outlook is all about for insurance business. And then I'm going to look at various strategic insurance products that I have aligned with the customer base for RxAcademy. I'm going to talk about our customer recognition intelligence system. It's just like a brief, and then tell you about the KYC. What next? What are we expecting after this presentation? Then I will take question and answer. Thank you. So I'll talk about Asda Insurance Brokers. Asda Insurance Broker is a subsidiary of Optimal. Optimal is an insurtech firm, and Asda Insurance Broker is regulated by law. That is NICOM, Nigeria Insurance Commission, with over 20 years of meeting our customers' needs. And our aim is basically to provide better protection by connecting different providers and granting insurance needs and infrastructure as required by the organization. Okay, so we also partner with non-insurance companies to protect their assets and their staff. So what is our objective? We want to drive customer experience. We're here to talk to all the customers of RxAcademy about using technology to drive insurance experience for them. Also give them good customer service. We're also trying to look at protecting the risk for all your customers. Everyone here today is carrying one risk or the other. Now, as insurance brokers, also we offer very, very wide range of insurance products that we hope you will pick up after this presentation to protect your assets against any losses. So I go to the next one. So what do we provide? We segment our business. We do life operations and we do non-life operations. What do we mean by life operations? That means we want to ensure the life of the pharmacist or people related to pharmacy business. What do we mean by corporate life? So we have pharmacy business as an entity, meaning you have X, Y, and Z Pharmacy Limited is a corporation. And then we have the owner of the pharmacy as an individual, which is the retail. Now, we also have the non-life operation. So we want to say the non-life operation is assets. So as a pharmacy, you have buildings, you have infrastructure, you have assets that you maintain or you have acquired, and you acquire them under a business name. So we term those as corporate non-life business. For the retail non-life business are those things that may affect you personally, which is not about life, meaning accident can happen while you're on the road. Accident can also happen to your vehicles. All of those kind of things that is related to you individually is termed as the retail non-life. So what is our goal coming to this forum? We have goal 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just about service. We want to give you excellent service. Whatever insurance we say we will get for you, we will do. more customer service. Our service delivery will be seamless. We believe so much in technology. And due to that, I would say on goal 2, we want to delight every pharmacy or every pharmacy business that is on call. And also we have a goal of onboarding as many of Rexall pharmacy business owners after this call. And I can tell you the critical success will be very enormous. For our goal 4, we want it to be very seamless and want you to enjoy very swift claim experience in case anything happens to any of your customers. And that will give you financial stability. Once you have insurance in place, you can be rest assured that insurance is supposed to put you back to the position you were before the loss. We are going to give you stability in doing your business. So I try to look at, before coming for the presentation, I said, okay, what is REST all about? So I look at the RX scanner, who had the wholesaler RX delivered pharmacy. And then, sorry, I want to shift my screen. RxPay, am I correct, Rashid? Is it RxPay?
Yes, that's
so
very correct.
I try to put that in the bucket. So I'm going to be talking to wholesalers, retailers, pharmacists, pharmacy business owners. And I can see that you said you want to, your mission is to make quality healthcare. So we're going to assist by providing insurance that will give quality healthcare and financial stability to your business owners. Okay. So if you look at this, insurance, is it real? Yes, insurance is real. Insurance is real. Insurance is supposed to put you back to the position you were before the law. And people, if you look at what happened during COVID, a lot of people were stabilized, they have insurance. If you look at what happened in terms of NSAS, we had cases of ShopRite. We had some pharmacy that lost product during that time. You go to ShopRite, you go to some malls, we have pharmaceutical companies seated there. And during that NSAS, people actually lost products. So for 2023, I just brought 3 outlooks that I think can play in this sector. For the insurance outlook, we've sat together within the insurance industry to say, okay, the regulatory development is expected to drive retail market and enterprise with product transparency. And I would say that why are we targeting them? We find them that a lot of people in this segment are not insured, and they put a lot of weight in terms of numbers. And if we can get a lot of these people where we include pharmacy business, we'll be able to give small them at very, very reduced rates. Every part of the country would be insured. Now, secondly, we also looked at, we expected that in the near future, retail business, we will consolidate it and then drive embedded insurance, where you have one more insurance for one particular sector. Okay. And also, I think the third one will be to increase foreign participation due to low penetration. So if you look at pharmacy business, if you ask me, you look at pharmacy business and in the organized private sector, which also you can term pharmacy owners to be, because it's an organized sector of the economy. We've heard that majority of these pharmacy, chemists, retailers, wholesalers are not insured. They take some of these products on either a grant or a loan, and they do not protect that item, those assets which they have acquired. So we're saying that we would like to be part of Rexall to ensure the pharmacy owners. Can I continue, please?
Yes, please, if I'm going.
Thank you. So I go to the next page. Now, in insurance today, permit me give it this way. Insurance today, because of my battery, in insurance today, we have 5 compulsory insurance that the regulators are hoping that will drive penetration into all of this sector. Motor third-party insurance, employers' liability and workmen compensation insurance, group life insurance, healthcare professional indemnity insurance, occupiers' liability insurance, or insurance of public buildings. Now, these are the compulsory one, and it relates actually to pharmacy business owners. Now, I will take it as I go along, because I have embedded it into the product I will be talking about later on. But if you look at these 5 products, motor insurance, everybody here is either owning a car or is going to be affected by people owning a car. Okay? Either you have a car or you are going to ride in a car, you will be related one way or the other to vehicles. Meaning, as a road user, you as a owner of a business, you will fly the roads of Lagos or Nigeria, and you can be affected by any accident that happens. Now, as employers' liability, workmen compensation, all of you are employers of labor. Whether you are a one-man company or a two-man company, you will need to engage 1 or 2 other people to drive your business. So we're saying you may acquire some liability as owners of business. Now, the third one is the group life. I just want to, before I go into the other presentation, the group life is, as business owners, the law says that where you have more than 3 employees in your certification, like your business name or as a business owner, the law demands that you have group life insurance to cover your staff and yourself in case life happens. That is, death happens and some other things. Now, for healthcare professional indemnity, the law also recognizes that a lot of people in the healthcare sector just give out things. Doctors, you go to hospital, they give out drugs that is not standard. People enter the hospital and they fall down, and there's no kind of insurance to take care of anything that can happen to a client walking into your healthcare facility, whether as a pharmacist or as a pharmacy owner or as an hospital, and is related to healthcare. The law says you must have compulsory insurance. The other one is the occupier's liability insurance, meaning that as an occupier of a space, so when you own an hospital or you own a pharmacy, or you're related, or your business is related to any business that is inside a building as an occupier. An occupier, you can be a tenant, you can be renting it. If you're occupying any premises, any liability that happens to anyone that comes into that space, you should have insurance in place to cover it. Now, we've been going around to talk about this thing, but I'm hoping that we will gain traction as we talk to the pharmacy business owner also. So I go to the next page now. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the fire. I hope you can fire and special peril. So I'm not going to be reading through it. I'm just going to talk to the business now. I'm saying the first kind of policy that you should have. I want to understand that you take inventories or you take some product and you keep in a place. Correct. Rashid, please, you need to help me. So if that is the case, can I go on, Rashid?
Yes, please, go ahead.
So I just want to understand. So when they take the product and they are supposed to go and sell and back the phone. So when you take some inventories and you put in a building or wherever you store it, and a lot of things can happen to those inventories, to these assets. We're saying the first one I'm talking about here is fire can happen. Rain is falling as we're speaking, and other perils can happen. So what we call fire and special peril is fire due to domestic explosion. Domestic in the sense that we don't expect pharmacy business owners to be having boiler systems in their in their store or in their warehouse. I want to believe they are on a small scale level. So the kind of fire I'm talking about here is, as a pharmacy business owner, maybe you have a kettle, you have microwave, you have what have you, that you keep where you keep your items. If fire happens and rain comes into your shop, right? Flooding can happen in your shop. Fire can happen in your shop. Impacts can happen in your shop. Lightning can strike. Yes, I know we're all Nigerians and we'll say, God forbid, you know, but I need to talk about it. So right now, if somebody in your shop, maybe as rain is falling, you say, go and plug water and I want to take coffee or tea, and there's a small explosion, that's what we call domestic explosion. If it happens and there's electric short circuiting, and due to that, fire happens in that place, good, this kind of policy will cover it. Also, if lightning strikes, I've seen incidences where, you know, they want to change cutout, and from nowhere there was rain or lightning and it strikes the cutout. Sorry, can you hear me? My connection is unstable.
Yes, I can hear
Please
you.
confirm you can. So if lightning happens and due to it leads to fire, it is covered. We've also seen countries where there's earthquake. All those earthquakes you were seeing in the international countries, such policy covers it. Aircraft damage, sometimes when we have some air crash, you see where some buildings are affected and they are not insured. But you find out that the aircraft has been insured, so they will likely take care of the business or the property of that person that is affected by the aircraft damage. Now, impact. If your business is located near the road or where it is prone to vehicles or any kind of impact. So let's take incidences where maybe you have a shop and there's another distributor selling Coca-Cola, and from nowhere the truck is trying to reverse and it has an impact on your shop. This kind of policy will cover it. Flood. I've seen cases, we've had cases of where's this place on VI where during rainfall, everything got damaged by flood. Every of those electrical appliances got damaged. So your drugs that you keep can be damaged by flood. Sometimes when there are riots and strike, people just walk into people's shop, like we see on Lagos Island. You know, there's a riot, people just use that time to boggle people's shop. This kind of policy will cover it. So what do we cover in this kind of thing? Cover the shop. If you are not the owner of the building, you just only have to cover the stock. You can see stock is item C there. If you have chairs, table, AC, some things you feel you want to insure under the fire and special peril, you can put a form here. If your stock or your inventory is 2 million, you can put 2 million. Your office furniture and blah, blah, blah is this 20,000 naira, you can put it there. Now, removal of debris, a lot of people do not know they can insure removal of debris. Sometimes when fire happens, like we saw at Idumota or wherever, the cost of removing debris alone can build another shop. So people put this under fire so that sometimes when fire happens, for you to start removing debris means all those carcass of the fire around the place. The cost of removing it is what we have here. Now, some people also say, this shop I'm owning is not my own. If there's fire and I'm not expecting fire to happen and it happens, the cost of rent, maybe you have told us 100,000 is my rent per month. So in case fire happens, all of these things is what that policy would pay for, okay? But we'll also ask a bit from you. Do you have fire extinguisher as a business owner? Do you have one fire extinguisher in your shop? Because sometimes firefighting equipment can help to reduce the spread or the impact of fire. If I go to the next one, this is the group life I talked about. So like I said, this is also compulsory. This is compulsory by law. Fire is not compulsory by law, but it is adequately required for the kind of business you do. Now, the group life assurance provides cover for your employee in case of loss of life caused by natural deaths in the course of them working with you. So I will take a typical example of sometimes, permit me to say that we have some Igbo people, you know, they come and learn work, learn drugs, learn this. While they're learning with you, they stay with you for 5 years. Some are, in the course of it, I've seen people die, and then you start going back to your community to come and contribute money. This kind of policy is supposed to take care of it. You would have looked at it, how much do I want to leave out in case such a thing happens for my employee? You understand? So a lump sum there. Also, you as the owner of this business, the law says you are permitted to be number one on that list. You must insure your life because your life is very important to you and your immediate family. So that's the group life. I've spoken about the fire and special peril, the group life insurance. I go to the third one. Sorry. Now I will talk about the third one, which is the fidelity guarantee insurance. This policy is to safeguard yourself. So you take inventory or you take product and you keep in your shop and you keep a staff there. And I've seen cases where the product or the inventories are so high, they are virtually money in form of product. So you keep the product there. I've seen people that they keep products in their warehouse and thinking the product of 2 million is still there. You find out that it's just empty carton that is there. All the drugs have been sold. You are just looking, and after a lot of investigation, you find out that it was an employee that was involved in the fraud or in the misappropriation, like we call it. Okay, so this policy, if you are keeping inventory in your shop and you have staff, I recommend that you take up this policy to protect. So if you protect it, you will say, oh, my staff have access of 200,000. You put a limit there. The access, maybe you have a very strong room where you keep the majority of the goods. You just leave 200,000 or 300,000 every time you go out, and he has to account for it. That's the limit you give him. You can put it there and say, my staff will always be exposed to 200,000, 2 million. Now, when you pick this limit, you must also tell us the kind of facility you have. How does it go to the bank? What does it do? Who checks in? Is there a kind of reconciliation you do at the end of the day? But this policy, I can tell you, is one of the policies that most business owners, they take up. But unfortunately, you can't take it in isolation, meaning that you can't just come and say, oh, the only thing I want is fidelity guarantee. No, you must pick it with one or two other products, because this one, the severity of this one and the frequency is very high, except you are a one-man business. I go to the next one. Now, I also talked about another policy is the money insurance. The money insurance is related to that fidelity guarantee. So you see sometimes some, I know a lot of people are doing online banking and what have you now, but some people still come across counter to pay for some form of goods or the other. So this kind of insurance covers cash. And you can see that I put checks there. Cash, checks, any form of bill that you can exchange and can translate to money, it covers them. So you tell your sales boy, oh, go and meet Mr. Lagbaja, collect that money and take it to the bank. The cash, while he's taking it to the bank, he may divert it. While he's taking it to the bank, if he doesn't divert it, somebody may take it from him. So we have cash in transit, we have cash on him, on self, and then we have cash in safe. So even if diversion doesn't happen, theft or robbery doesn't happen, cash in safe, you put money in your safe and you're saying, oh, this money, I kept it there, they make out 200,000, I'm coming back. You know, before you come back, the cash is gone. They didn't burgle your shop, they didn't do anything, but it was in your safe. This form of policy covers it. Okay. My screen is covering this. Burglary. Michael, sorry.
That's correct.
Yeah, I have so many things on my screen. This kind of burglary is, you see people, even though we term marketplaces as high risk, so far you are part of this team, the RxAll team, and you have a shop or you have a property where you keep inventories or drugs or an hospital, and you have some assets or inventory that is of value for you. Now, burglary can happen, forcible entry can happen, and sometimes forcible may not be violent. Sometimes it may be violent. But whatever happens due to burglary, we're saying you can insure your assets. You can insure it. Now, burglary means somebody has to break your shop. You come early in the morning and you find that your shop has been burgled. This is the kind of policy that will cover you. You will put a sum to the value of the inventories you have in your shop, and this will be covered. Yeah. Now, there's what we also call attempted theft. You know, when they burgle a mass, they break your burglary proof or break the wall, go in, that's forcible burglary. Attempted theft, sorry, I should put theft here. You understand? Or any attempt thereat, yes. Okay, so some, they burgle, but they were not able to succeed. They attempted to burgle you. So when they came to the shop or to the hospital, they tried to maneuver through the window, whatever, what have you. They removed the window, they removed this, they removed that. It affected one or two places, but they were unable, they did not succeed. The cost of putting those things back will be covered. So it's not until when that burglary has happened, that loss has happened. Now, the attempted theft is also covered. So as business owners, you look at those things that you have and you try and put it in a bucket. Most times we can embed fire and burglary. You understand? Fire and burglary, we put it together, put a sum insured to it, and tell us this is what I am exposed to at any particular time. I hope I'm still within time, please.
Yes, please, you can go ahead.
Next one I want to talk about now is the group personal accident insurance. I spoke about group life insurance, which is regulated by law that business owners should have. Now, this is group personal accident. Group personal accident is also a compulsory insurance, but it's not regulated. It does what the group life does, but rated differently. However, group personal accident, like the name means, must be due to an accident. So if you take out a group personal accident, so Mrs. A has staff of 5. I know I normally send them, but go to RxAll, go to Octamine, go to Azan. You know, in the course of them running or carrying out their normal duty, a sustained accident during their work duties, during whenever you send them, whether even in the office, accident can happen. You send them out. Where this accident happen and they die, this policy will pay for it. Sometimes people don't die, but they sustain injury and they have temporary disablement, they are permanently disabled. They are permanently disabled where you will be catering for their hospital bills until when you can no longer cater for it. This policy will cover it. That's why it is written there. It covers death, permanent and temporary disablement, medical expenses. Now, this policy is not due to natural illness like the group life. This one, accident must happen. If there's an accident, you can be driving or you can board a bus or while you're going anywhere, such happen, this policy will cover you as a business owner. Ugh, I can't see my screen again. Sorry. Healthcare. So we're saying the professional policy is for the healthcare professional. Anybody, especially people on board today, related to healthcare, whether as an hospital, as a nurse, however you might be, your profession is related to healthcare. The law is saying it is compulsory. You must have this insurance. Now, you must have this insurance in case, as an healthcare practitioner, you have a duty of care to people you sell to. If you sell things and it leads to death, permanent disablement, partial disablement, shocking, some people take drugs, based on advice, they will invoke this, your healthcare professional indemnity, to cover against your mistakes and your negligence. Some of commission by medical practitioners, you understand? So meaning that whatever they can trace to you as an healthcare professional or as a healthcare business owner that leads to all of these things, which is negligence, or even from mistakes, or maybe by omission, somebody in your facility or wherever it is, or your business gives out something or provides something that they should not, this policy will pay that person that is affected. They're not paying you, they will pay on your behalf for the mistakes and the negligence you have committed, okay? And it is compulsory. So I also go to motor insurance. This is also compulsory, like I said. A lot of us have motor vehicles. So this policy is what a lot of us will know about, but the intricacies of it, we might not know. We might just say, oh, police, let me go, let me go. So the law is saying that every person who has a car or will put a car on the road must have motor insurance. Every car owner that will use the road, and their action can be affected, and the action can be or will be affected by a third party. A third party is that person that is not you. So if as a car owner, you are going to put your car on the road, and you're putting your car on the road is affecting a third party, a road user, a passerby, this policy will pay for it. Now, the first one is the third party that every one of us carry if we have a car, meaning it is compulsory by law. It is compulsory by 15,000 naira. Before now, it was 5,000 naira. As at 1st of January 2023, it became 15,000 naira by law. When a policeman stops you, you don't have it. Whether you have keke, or you have motorcycle, or you have trailer, trucks, every road user that has a car must have one of these three. Now, the first one is what I've explained. The second one is, there are some of us that were abroad. A lot of people don't take this policy. So I have people that has traveled over time. They travel coming once, 2, 3 times a year, and they have a car. Rather than buy a third party, which is only covering third party, so it will not cover the car. The cover is the name, the third party. The only person that can enjoy this cover that you are buying with your money is somebody that your action affects, which is the road user. So if you hit somebody's car, I tell people, even with third party, you hit somebody's car and you are sure you are carrying a genuine insurance, rather than be begging, sir, I have insurance, sir. Let me call my insurance company. Once your insurance company say, oh, sir, take picture, do this, we will pay you. Let the man go. That is why the law says third party should come. So most times when somebody hits my car and I look at it, I don't allow keke, to hit my car because I likely know they will not buy, But if somebody, a car owner, a private business owner, or anybody, the first thing is, if it leads to a major loss or even a minor loss, because every kobo now in Nigeria is more expensive than we think it is, I would likely say, do you have insurance? And the man say, yes, sir. Let me see. Once I ascertain that it's a genuine insurance, I likely tell the man to go. I'll just on the spot call the insurance company and say somebody has hit my car. They will check on their system and we will resolve it. Now, for people in diaspora that have car in Nigeria, they have the car, but they are not using it. They are parking in their compound so that when they come home for festive season, they want to use the car. They do not need a certain section of the comprehensive policy. What those people are insuring for is when they park the car in their house and travel, maybe somebody may come into the compound and want to steal something from the car. So they are likely going to be affected by theft. Or maybe they park it in the compound and due to one thing or the other, fire happens. Or maybe while they park it, the car rolled away or injured somebody, or somebody drove it while they were not around. That is why they take third-party fire and theft, because they know the car will be parked until when they are back in the country. Now, a lot of business owners that owns cars like Lamborghini, limousine, you know, it's not your everyday car. They likely will take a third-party fire and theft because it's not an everyday car that they put on the road. Now, for the comprehensive covers third party and theft, and then your own car. Meaning comprehensive is the embodiment of all this cover. It covers your car to the value you place on it. It covers the third party. It covers fire. It covers theft. It even covers death, bodily injury, up to the value you place on it. And I can tell you the cover for third party only now is 3 million naira. So with 15,000, you can go to your insurance company and say, I hit one man, oh, the damage is about 2 million. Your third-party insurance should be able to pay for it. And I am telling you, that is what is happening in the market. So I go to travel insurance. I brought this on board because a lot of us do travel. If RxAcademy has a conference in Canada or in Ghana or out of Nigeria, anything that is out of Nigeria, it is compulsory you have this insurance. And even if it's not RxAcademy, some of us wants to go on holiday, wants to go and do one business or the other regarding pharmacy business that you own. And this is a requirement that when you want to travel, you should get insurance that covers your emergency medical while you're on that trip, evacuation and repatriation. And the Schengen are saying the limit must be 30,000 euros. And even if it's not Schengen, can limit up to $100,000 to $200,000 for worldwide cover. Now, this policy caters for RxAcademy and also caters for the applicant, which is yourself. So I brought this in for you. In case you want to travel, just think about other brokers or Optimal. I also brought in the health insurance, which is a kind of insurance that I think I would recommend that you take. It covers for medical and surgical expenses incurred by yourself, and you can also take it for your staff. You can get as low as 1,500 per month. And you know that you are covered. If there's any time you need to go to the hospital for general consultation, you have malaria, instead of you starting to look for this, we have insurance that covers this also, okay? And sometimes if you notify us and say you want to go and it was due to an emergency, you can get your reimbursement back from insurance. We have a lot of care providers that we work directly with. And I also want to recommend that you can take this kind of insurance for your employee or yourself. Okay, and we cover everything you see here. I can't preach to the converted because I'm talking to healthcare practitioners and what have you, but we have insurance that also covers this. So I'll not say I'll talk about us. What we do generally, those are the products of my, why coming for this presentation I thought of. But as you come up with your questions, I may likely tell you more products that you might likely need that I have omitted and work around it. So I will just want to talk more about other brokers. What we do is, as an association or working with Rexall, we will arrange reputable companies that will cover your inventories and assets at a minimal cost. You can't even get that kind of pricing when you go directly to the insurance company. We'll negotiate on your behalf. When you have a claim, just call us. We're a call away. We will take up your claim. And from the word go, we will make sure that you get your claim out in good time. On a regular basis, we will continue to have this kind of discussion with you so that we'll take feedbacks and ensure that at all times, we're giving you the best product. Also, at no additional cost, you can call us, Rexall, and we would be able to attend to all your needs. Then I want to say that if you even decide and say, okay, I need all of these things, I want to go directly to the insurance company, I can assure you that you will not get it at a cheaper rate, because what we'll be doing is we'll be taking everybody, all the pharmacy owner, as a customer of Rexall and giving them a reduced pricing. Now, our service is free of charge. Rexall is not paying us. You are not paying us. It is the insurance company that pays us. Our role is to give professional advice, have been licensed by law to make sure that we pull insurance penetration, and so the insurance company are happy when we bring customers like you on board to them. This one comes to mind. We all see this. I won't go into that. They call it Chris. We'll keep trying to recognize what kind of product you want. When you see this robotic, it keeps trying to think what the customer wants for DSTV. And we keep every day thinking what is the best kind of product you want, and we can assure you that we'll do that. I want to say thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll take question and answer.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Adetutu. So in case you are just joining us, our speaker here today is Mrs. Adetutu, who happens to be the CEO as an insurance broker, a subsidiary of Octa Mile Insurance Company. So we have been discussing insurance for pharmacy business, protecting business from how to actually protect business from loss, and how to choose the best package for your business. Okay, the next thing now is to look at some of the questions being asked by participants. I also have a question. I have some questions here from my hand, but let's take it from the participant. Please, in case you have any questions, just try to drop your questions to the chat box. We'll read it out to our speaker to attend to those questions. So the first question here says, which of these insurance products you've actually listed out here is or how are most important for the pharmacy business? I think that's then the other one. Okay, maybe we should take that first.
Okay, I would say that for the pharmacy business, the very important one is the healthcare professional indemnity, the group life, okay, and fidelity guarantee.
Okay. Okay, the next question here, you say if I have more than one retail pharmacy outlet, how does the insurance work? Do I have to insure each individually, or can I do a group insurance?
Okay, so I will answer that and say, as a business owner, if you have more than one location, you would itemize the location. Location 1, you give address 2, 3, 4, put a value to each location and sum it up to get total sum. So if you have in Ikeja location 10 million, you put the address. So you only have one policy, but you now say anywhere in Nigeria, put the location there with the sum.
Okay. Okay, the next question there from Christian says, thank you, host speaker, for doing justice to this webinar. So my question is on insurance. More often, we discover that in my pharmacy outlets, my staff has this sharp practice. Like when we input items in the system, we discover that some items will remain in the system while they are no longer in the shelf. Or sometimes running vehicle will run into the premise and damage things, or hammer will invade. What particular insurance is suitable for us in this case?
Okay, so I would say that for your employee, please, you will do a fidelity guarantee insurance. I spoke about it earlier on. For people that run into your shop, maybe due to accidents, you can insure your shop against what will I call it now? Against accidents. Okay, we call it business interruption due to accident. You can insure it. And the third one is I want to remember the third one. Hello.
Yes, you can go ahead. We're with you.
Can you hear? No, I've answered for the inventory that keeps going missing. You should take a fidelity guarantee. Now, for people running into his premises, he can take a fire and special peril with what we call business interruption. So if there is damage to his fence or gate or something, that policy will cover it. Okay. Then there's another third question there.
Okay, I think that's all okay. There. Yes, yeah. Please, in case you have any other question, you can just drop it in the chat box. But I have this question for our speaker. Okay, the first one here is what are the things pharmacy needs to make available before they subscribe to any insurance products? The reason why I actually asked this question, why you were actually making your presentation, you mentioned about burglary insurance. You know, if a pharmacy does not have, maybe have a light insurance that one can easily kick out, and they now come to you that they want to do the insurance. So is it just that you're going to just take the insurance with knowing fully well that this form of burglary they actually put there can just be take out with just a kick? So what are those things that pharmacists need to actually make available before you actually before they actually subscribe to any insurance product with you?
Thank you. So if you want to take up a burglary insurance, like I said, you can't do one product in isolation, right? So maybe you take up a fire and burglary. Now, one of the things we'll do is we'll come and inspect the shop or the premises. And what we'll be looking out for are the stocks. Your book, you must have a logbook. You must have how you keep your inventory. We'll look at your entrance and exit. We look at where that shop is located. You understand? Because when we're looking at insuring a risk, we look at number one, the physical hazard and the moral hazard. Now I'm talking about the physical hazard. So we've looked at the shop. Is it a shop that we know that if they kick the door, it will open and people can just walk in and take whatever they want? So when we look at the physical place, we will now recommend that they must have burglary proof. And we will give them the kind of burglary proof. It's not far-fetched like what we have for most shops. Number two, we will tell them to keep lighting, like they should put compound light or lighting in front of the shop. You know, if there's way to put in cameras, they can put it in. You understand? But it's a shop, so the kind of warranties that we will ask them will not be like we're asking for a warehouse. Okay, that's what we'll ask for, and then we're going to look for their inventories, look at their stock, make sure that they actually normally have such level of inventory before insuring, because some people may just be doing like 100,000 and telling us they have inventory of 2 million. So we will do our inspection and then ask for those kind of items.
Okay. Thank you. Now, so the other question I have here is, how do you check against false insurance claim? Because when you were actually giving giving us your lecture, you actually mentioned fire insurance. If it is something, some business that are actually running down may forcefully just do a kind of plan to actually plan a fire incident in their pharmacy. So how do you check against false insurance claim?
Okay, so I would say that you can't rule out arson. Okay, I will say you can't rule it out, but in this part of the country, we've only had a few cases. I'm not saying it has not happened. So how we check is when there's a fire incident, we have people called loss adjusters. They are not myself, they are not yourself, they are independent. They will bring in all the engineers, they will bring in all the technology to check and rule out that it was not a deliberate fire. Okay, so we have people, we have independent contractors that are specialized in this area, and they will do their investigation. And let me also say that a fire claim is not like your motor claim. They will start from beginning to the end, they will test, they will check, they will keep going back and forth. They might come to Rexall and say, when was the last inventory? Okay. They will look at the pattern of sales. They would do a lot of investigation. I'm not saying it's a long tail claim, but there will be independent investigation. And there are some critical documents we'll also ask for at the time of fire. You can't rule out police reports. I'm saying that, yes, we know we're in Nigeria, but there's no way fire will happen. We will have fire brigade reports. We will have a lot of reports that will have to come from the states in case there's fire. So if you look at most fire that happens, it's a known case. You can't just say your shop is isolated. You understand? It's not something that can be covered. So there's a lot of claims substantiating documents that we will pass through. And that's why we're your brokers. We will fall through out that it is not fraud. You understand? That's why we are professionals, but it is not our 100%, what will I call it, decision. It's going to be independent of both parties. Okay? So there are ways to check that.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. So the last question I actually have on a quick note, what is that timeline in getting insurance cover in case of any eventuality actually happen and one happens to actually subscribe to any insurance? So what's the timeline of getting insurance cover?
So if you want to take up like a motto, you want to take up a group, let's say you want to take up, let me use this example, you want to take up a motor insurance today, I can get it done today within 4 hours. Okay? I can get it done today. Within 24 hours. Within 24 hours, you can get your cover. Some don't take up to 24 hours.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if any other person has questions. I think an hour is fast spent already. For the sake of people actually joining us for this webinar session, this is a monthly program where we actually educate our clients, our merchants in RxAcademy, where for topics that actually that is actually beneficial to them, that can actually solve some pain points for our customers. So those are the topics we actually have. So if you think there are some pain points in your mind that you think we can actually solve for us, so solve for you, you can actually bring professionals who can actually do justice to that. So you can suggest the topic at info@rxall.net for us, so that we can actually bring professionals that we do justice to it for you. Then for previous webinars we've actually done, you can actually get that at rxalldelivered.com/blog. So you can have access to the previous webinar we've actually done. So we also have our social media. Just search RxAll on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. You can just search and see some of our promotions and other things, products we actually run at the moment. So currently we have, if you're just joining, maybe in case you are a pharmacy owner or you work in an hospitals and you think your pharmacy or hospitals as a need financing to actually scale up their business, you can just
there's more yam and egg for you.
So in case you have this challenge of being financed and you see that you have potentials to actually grow your business and you need financing to actually grow your business, we have a particular product called RSP. Just go to your Play Store, just type RSP and download the app, complete all the necessary details and documentations. You can use that to actually apply for any financing. You may be a pharmacy, hospitals, or a patient. So you can just do that right away. So very well done, and thank you, Mrs. Ade.
Can I come in for 1 minute?
Yes, please.
Can I come in? All right. I just hear you talk about financing for the business.
Yes.
There's something we call Credit Life. I don't know if you have it already for your professionals, for distributors. What Credit Life does is it covers, you know, for any loan in case debt or something happens to the lender. Okay. So there's what we call Credit Life Insurance. It protects, I think that will be for RxAll, against where you give facility and something happens to the lender, it has come to play up to the tune of the facility. Okay, that's another insurance product you can take.
Okay, thank you so much for that. That is for our participants to actually note. So in case you want to have clear pictures to some of these things, you can contact us to info@rxall.net, and you can always call or WhatsApp the customer success line. That is 090105. I will drop that at the chat box. We have yes, Mr. Christian, I think your question has been attended to. I don't know, maybe you actually missed it. The question was yes, your question has actually been attended to. I don't know. So the recorded session of this webinar session will be live on our social media lab platform for Monday. So you can, in case you miss some parts or the beginning part of this webinar session, you can have access to it on our social media platform. So once we actually end this call, there is this survey you need to actually you will see. Just please assist us to actually complete the survey as asked. So thank you so much. I don't know, do you still have any other thing to pass to our participants before we actually call it a day, because we are 5 minutes above our time?
Sorry, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, this is from UJ Madonna Pharmacy, Osogbo.
Oh, okay.
I want to ask, yes, how do we join your social media platform, please?
Yes, our social media platform is, we have RX, so just type RxAll on Facebook. You will see it, just like it. On LinkedIn, just type
Facebook.
Yes, we have it on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. We have YouTube, YouTube channel also.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. One more clarification, please.
Yes.
You said the broadcast will be live on social media. Is it between now and Monday or Monday? And if it's Monday, what time, sir?
No, from Monday. From 10 a.m. on Monday, you will see it on all our social media platforms.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So we have, briefly before we actually call it today, we have our intern, our event and community intern here, Mia Kelly. I think she will like to actually address us briefly. Hi, Mia.
Yes. Hello. Thank you all for joining today's webinar. I'd just like to say a little bit about this webinar and the next one. So as we have stated in our emails, attendees to this meeting will receive a $200,000 Naira limit increase on their next cycle with RxAll. I would also like to introduce our next RxAcademy event, which will happen in August. For this event, merchants will have the opportunity to attend in person. So those who attend in person will receive free merchandise and food. Those who are unable to attend in person can still join over Zoom, and their names will be entered into a raffle for a free RxAll product. The topic of this upcoming event will be utilizing the digital space and adopting secure technology. We are working on securing a venue, and you will all receive emails with the event details soon. We hope to see you there. Also, as Rashid said, after this Zoom meeting ends, there will be a quick survey that pops up on the screen. If you could take a few minutes to fill out this survey, it would be highly appreciated, as we value your insight on how we can keep improving our RxAcademy program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mia Kelly. That's our event and community planners intern. So thank you so much, Mia Kelly. So what she just said in summary is that for those in our network, network, like UJ Madonna now, he has the opportunity to get a 200,000 credit financing increment. Our backend staff are there that they've actually monitored all our participants at this webinar. So more of this is actually coming on the 19th of August, where we have the CEO himself and some other CEOs coming to actually walk us through a unique topic, just as Mia has actually said. So okay, thank you so much. I think we've actually spent most of our time here today. So you can always reach out to us, as I said earlier, info at rxall.net, in case you have any questions, any suggestions, anything you actually want us to actually assist you with. And you can also reach out to the customer success team on 090-105-15756. in case you have any queries. Thank you so much, our speakers, Mrs. Aditutu, the CEO Azza Insurance Broker. And thank you everyone for attending this month's webinar, and have a wonderful weekend.